Hi everyone, I'm going to do a quick video on how to get your Cricut cartridge handbooks into your iPad. It's much easier than it looks. So what I've done is I've navigated to Cricut.com and then I've clicked on shopping and then I've clicked on cartridges, and that's how I get to this screen right here. And this has a list of all of the Cricut cartridges that Provocraft has to offer, and it is at least 5 pages long. I suspect it might actually be longer than 5 pages. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on a cartridge that I don't already have on my iPad. So let me see. Let's click the phrases, Cricut phrases cartridge. That one looks kind of interesting. So I'm just going to click on it. It's going to bring me to the page that just tells me all about that cartridge and the price and whatnot. So there you have some images of it. Oops. You have some images of it, and then make sure that overview, not customer reviews, is clicked. So we're looking at the overview section, and under Cricut, under cartridge resources, you'll see it says digital handbook. So I'm going to just click on digital handbook. And what that does is it brings up the PDF for that Cricut cartridge. So you have to be patient because it has a lot of images on it, obviously. So, and it's a lot of pages, so it takes a while to load, but there it is. So here it is on the, and it's still within my Safari web browser. So I could look at it here, and that would be fine. I could even bookmark it if I wanted to, but what I want to do is have it actually live on my iPad so that I don't have to access the internet to get it, or or use my data if I'm out someplace. So what you do to get it on your iPad in PDF format, the quickest and easiest way is to click on it, and you'll see this little banner comes up that has the name of it and Open in iBooks and Open in. So I'm going to click on Open in iBooks. And my Open in iBooks button doesn't always work anymore. I don't know what's up with that, but what I find is just Open in works, and so I can just choose iBooks. So iBooks is where I keep all of my PDFs. I keep my books in, I usually use Kindle for reading actual books, but I keep printables and PDFs and manuals for different things I own and all of those sorts of things in iBooks, so it becomes my PDF storage app. So I just have to be patient here. It's showing me my default folder, which is PDFs, or my default bookshelf, which is PDFs, just my general bookshelf. And I do need to be patient because it is coming up. I'm not going to touch anything because it's coming. So here we go. Here is the cartridge. It's now loaded into my iPad. I don't have to do anything. I don't have to save it as or anything. It is in iBooks, and this is its new home. So what my iPad has done is it's just copied a copy of this PDF and put it in my iBooks, in with my other iBook items. So when you have it like this, you can, browse it like this, but you can also browse it by looking at these little indexes here, which are admittedly very, very hard to see, and you can't really make them any bigger because it is kind of just part of the app. It's just down there. But you can, kind of guess, that's about halfway into the book, so then you can look at that page, right? So I have found this really, really helpful to have these just at my fingertips no matter where I'm at, especially for when I use it along with my Gypsy, because the Gypsy, even though you can see all the shapes, they're kind of all jaggedy. They're not, the screen on the Gypsy is not very good in my opinion, so I find I don't like the look of anything on the Gypsy, but if I look at it in the booklet or on this, I can realize, oh yes, I do actually like that shape, so then I'm more likely to use it. So, so one more thing about what I do next is what my iPad has done is it's just dumped this into the PDFs bookshelf, which means this is not with all of my other cartridges. So in order to move it, what I do is I have to edit this bookshelf. So I press edit right here in the corner. So I go edit. And then that allows me, anything I touch now is going to get selected. So I'm going to select that one. So see, there's a little check mark beside it. If I had any other Cricut books in here that I wanted to move, I would select all of them. But I'm just going to move that one. And then I'm going to click move. So when I click move, it's going to open a little window, and I'm going to get to choose where I'm going to put it. So I'm going to put it in my Cricut folder like that. And that puts it, these are in alphabetical order, and so they are admittedly very hard to read. They're just tiny, tiny. It's hard to read them. I haven't figured out if there's a way to put like the name of it underneath so you could read it a little bit better. There very well might be. I haven't really, I just kind of use it. I work with it this way just because I don't know, it's easy for me. But, so now I could go into here and get any of my cartridges that I want. I can usually tell by the little symbol there what it is. So yeah, there's the Happy Hauntings, for example. You get used to the little icons that are on them over time. So that's what I do. I have run into the occasional time when I haven't been able to find a Cricut cartridge that way. Like it's not been in that Cricut resources part of the website. So if I go back to the Cricut shop, just to show you what I mean, for the occasional cartridge, it hasn't been, the digital handbook hasn't been listed under cartridge resources. I don't know why that is. It seems to be for some of the newer ones. It could be that for, well, certainly for digital ones they don't have the handbooks for. But I have found anytime that I haven't found the digital handbook there, all that I've had to do is in my Google bar, I'll just Google whatever the name of the cartridge is. So like Birthday Bash, Cricut Birthday Bash handbook. And usually it's somewhere on the Cricut.com website that it ends up being, and I just find it that way and do the same process. Hi guys, I have a couple of addendums to this video. I was just about to get it ready to upload when my husband said, you should show them how to make a collection. And he also showed me a couple, how to view the names of your cartridges, which is actually really, really helpful tips. So these two tips that are being added to this video are thanks to Scott. So thanks, Scott. So first what I'll do is I'll show you guys how to make a collection, because the last thing you saw was how I moved my Cricut cartridge handbook that came up in this default bookshelf over to my Cricut bookshelf, which Scott pointed out that not everybody might know how to make their own bookshelf for different things. So it's really, really easy. All you have to do is go into collections, right, this button right here. So you click collections, and then all of the bookshelves that I've already made are in there, and then you just click new. And then it'll give you a chance to write a name. So I'm going to put sketches in this one. Just as an example of that's a collection I don't have yet. And so now I'm done with that. So now I'm going to go into my Cricut collection. And here it is. And Scott showed me a little tip, which is I had mentioned that these are all really small and they're hard to see even way up close. This is like inches, like about 2 inches from my camera lens. You still can't really tell, and because it's white on blue, the writing of the title, you really can't see it very well. So all that you have to click is this little lined icon, which means list view. And ta-da! There are all of my Cricut cartridges and the names of them that Provocraft gave them. And luckily, Provocraft gives them pretty decent names, so you can tell which ones are which is really great. So that's the other thing that I just wanted to point out is that for those smaller cartridges that don't have a full booklet, Provocraft always publishes something like this in PDF format. So I've just put those in for these. Well, these are some of those free ones that we got when we upgraded our software. And so I just keep that because it has a picture of all the images. It doesn't have as many images on it as the standard cartridge. So hopefully you guys found that helpful. If you have any questions or if I wasn't clear about anything, just let me know. Leave me a comment. And thanks for watching, everybody. Bye-bye.